what's up? What's up? It's your boy TV, aka Kobe. Welcome to the Raw Takes, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Tua Feni, welcome to the Raw Takes. We are doing album reviews.
Welcome to the Raw Takes. We're doing album reviews, and then basically today's review is mixtape
Pluto,
Pluto.
yeah.
Yeah, Future's mixtape Pluto. But yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna
You tell us what your views are in the comments,
yeah,
but
yeah,
this is
yeah,
our review.
yeah. Tell us what you think about the whole thing. Tell us what you think about the whole thing. And yeah, this is today's review on Futures Pluto. But yeah, without further ado, um, commercially, Future did about 129 thousand copies in his first week. He was number one on the Billboard charts. Shout out to him. But yeah, we're just gonna jump into what we think the album did, and we're just gonna rank it out of 10. But yeah, off your first take, do you want me to go in first, or would you write? Would you rather
I
you
wanna
go?
hear your opinion
Oh,
about
okay.
it because I
Yeah,
have two
yeah,
opinions of it,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm keeping it
Um,
cool.
I think just from the album cover, you see that Future is going back to his mixtape,
Mhm.
old way of making music, where he's probably doing his syrup talk. And when I mean syrup talk, I'm talking about he's talking about him doing drugs, being a bit sedated, like sounding a bit sedated, like a bit heavy on drugs and all of that stuff. But I feel like the album has a twist in that because as much as there's a few segments that are reminiscent of Purple Rain, which was also like,
I love Pepper Rain. By the way,
yeah,
I love Pepper Rain.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Purple Rain, which was more more on that level. But I feel like this is a bit different because he uses his voice in a way in which he's a
which
bit
which
monotone.
this also reminds me of Paper Rain a little bit
Mm,
because I'm like I'm
mm,
not trying to judge things like as an album.
yeah,
Don't judge this as an album.
yeah.
You get it wrong. But
Mm.
like it's a mixtape and judge it as a mixtape. Yeah,
I'm also gonna judge it as a mixtape. To be
yeah,
honest, I think we should. So the stakes are a bit different for a mixtape than we do for an album. Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
yeah. But overall, I don't know. I think that from my side, I liked how the album starts.
Uh-huh.
Um, he starts off with Teflon Don,
Yeah,
which you know from that and the Teflon Don song starts off with a sample from like a dark sample from an opera, like
yeah,
a lady singing from like an opera or something like that,
yeah,
where the sample just loops and you get that feeling of like, oh, he's going into his dark side of
yeah.
things, but then he becomes a bit braggadocious about like what he has, and basically that's a bit of like some of the first segment of the album. Yeah, and then that loops goes in, and then he touched, but I feel like he touches on a lot of things in this album, mixtape. He touches on his like street stuff and
Yeah,
all of
he
that
does
stuff.
women stuff. Like I think it's really just what I expect from a future
Hmm.
mixtape as
Hmm.
well.
Hmm.
But like I think when I look at like social media, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, we expected this from Future is like this mature artist."
Yeah.
But like, I like it in the sense of like, if you're a mature listener and you like mature music, like
Mm,
listening to an artist
yeah.
grow and stuff and
Yeah.
say stuff
Yeah.
that relates to you,
Yeah.
I don't think it's for you.
Yeah.
And when I first listened to it, I was like on my
Mm,
mature side. I was
mm,
like, okay, let me listen to a future
mm,
album. What's happening? He's competing
mm,
with Drake and Kendrick. It's not that.
mm,
Like it's not one of those like you wanna be on some like what he deep diving into as a topic.
mm.
But like if you just take a step back on like a good vibe kind of music
Mm.
and you feel like if I had a car and I have loudspeakers and I'm
Yeah.
chilling
Yeah.
or I'm at a party and I play these
Mm,
songs,
mm.
there are some good songs that you can actually listen to on there.
Definitely. Definitely. Like I honestly agree with you. Like the way in which he uses his voice on this one,
Uh-huh.
he doesn't make it like he makes his voice sound like it's the background to the sound in that he's just trying to make some hypnotic symphonies where
Yeah.
like the flow is catchy, but you
It
don't really
is.
you're not focused on what he's saying. Like he makes it in a sense that it's a vibe,
Mhm.
but you don't really have to focus on what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So he kind of got that right with most of the songs,
Yeah.
but I feel like there's not much standouts in the album. But I also feel like he was a little bit reflective in his message, in that on some songs he starts to talk about his spending habits. Songs like Too Fast, where he
I
talks
think
of
Too Fast is my favorite song.
Too Fast, one of your
Like
favorites.
instantly I caught on with it
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because like it just had a vibe to it. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not gonna
Mm.
rank it as Future's best song,
No, it's
but
not.
yeah,
We're
but
not even
like
gonna
I'm
do
gonna
that.
be like, oh shit, Future dropped Too Fast on some project over
Yeah,
time though.
yeah,
So
yeah,
like even
yeah,
Purple Rain, if you think
yeah.
about Purple Rain,
Mm,
there were songs where you're like, shit, Future
yeah,
dropped this song,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then the other songs were like forgetful.
Mm. But this album is not as dark as Purple Rain.
Yeah, it's not about being that. It's just
Yeah,
about like
yeah.
if you can give you one, two moments, and the
Mm,
rest is not it.
mm,
But he made sure that he gave a certain version of him. So
mm.
I think he
I
looked at it like that.
agree.
Yeah.
He definitely gives you a different
Look,
version of
I don't
himself.
think artists when they experiment with what they want to experiment can relate to everyone. And that's why they call
Mm,
them mixtape. And I
mm,
can go back to
mm,
a Drake, like
mm.
the house Drake could have
Mm.
been a mixtape, and everybody would have been cool with it. You know?
Yeah, that shit should have been a mixtape. It
Yeah.
sounded, but I mean, also, probably was trying to get out of his deal. But okay,
But
yeah, this is
but
features
yeah.
review. Yeah,
But all I'm saying is sometimes artists give you a vision
yeah,
that they want you to see if you like it,
mm.
and then and they call it a mixtape.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if you don't like it, then they know how to react to the next album.
To the next, yeah,
Yeah.
no, without a
Next
doubt.
album could be that this stuff is for his next version of music.
Yeah, yeah,
And you don't like it, and you'll be like, okay, it's cool. But like if you look at like other songs on his previous albums are
mm.
commercial.
Mm.
And he has commercial albums from the
Mm.
mixing to the beats to everything. So like you cannot limit it to saying that if he's giving you this version,
Yeah,
listen to it as that version.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
That's
I
what
get
I'm
what you're
saying.
saying.
Yeah.
I get
And
what
this
you're
is one
saying.
of those.
Yeah, no,
This
it's
is one
it's,
of
it's
those.
one of those. But I feel like what do you call this? The first half of the album starts off a bit strong. And I think
Mixtape.
the mixtape,
Yeah.
sorry, like, but the song Plutoski, bruh, like, I feel like with this one he was not taking us serious. So let me connect to the speak. This is the one where he's like, he sounds very sedated, bruh, like dragged out.
Mm.
This is the one where he's like,
Yeah.
I don't like this song.
But Too Fast is my favorite one.
This is how he sounds. He sounds very sedated, like very dragged out a bit. But this song is actually doing well on the charts.
And this is what I'm saying, right? Like you don't need to relate to it if you are too deep into rap and trying to understand what he's saying.
Mm.
But if the beat is good enough for you, bro, I can see a kid being in a car playing this
Yeah,
without necessarily like
yeah,
listening to the words. Da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. There's a flow to it. Mm-hmm. That's all that matters.
no, like you're saying, to your point, I do agree with you. There's definitely some hypnotic flows
Yeah.
in this. Like you'll get a bit hypnot, like even though you're not listening, man, but
Yeah.
you'll be like,
Yeah.
like, and then you're just gonna enjoy that vibe. So if you're not looking for something that's like too deep,
Yeah.
and you just want something that can play in the background and you can just take a few songs from it,
Yeah.
this is definitely a mixtape for you. You
Yeah.
know, it's not his best work. He's not
It's
even
not.
trying to achieve it.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, like the first half of it doesn't sound too good.
Yeah.
But as you go like down the, I mean,
Track
the first half is a bit better, but as you go down,
it's not that good.
it's
Yeah.
not that
I
good. Like
agree.
once you get to like track 13 up until track 17, yo, there's a lot of skips that you have to do, or even track 12. Or yeah, there's a lot of skips that you have to do. But I mean, if you wanna go in and grab like a few songs that you just wanna munch
I
for
agree.
future purposes, there's definitely some songs in it. But otherwise, what about the replay value? Do you think it has a good replay? I think there's some songs that do have some good replay value.
Songs people can pick out.
Mm.
I've also picked out one,
Mm.
two, but
Which songs
too much is definitely one.
which songs do you think you
I
keep
love
from the album?
Too Fast actually,
Mm-hmm.
and Plutoski.
Plutowski is
Yeah,
nice.
and Ski.
Yeah,
Those
skis,
three.
skis,
Yeah,
skis.
yeah,
Actually, this run, you
yeah.
see the run from
That's
Ski,
yeah.
Ready to Cook,
Pluto.
Plutowski, and Too Fast.
Yeah,
Oh, that run,
I can
that's
move.
like a fire run.
Yeah, and over time I can
Yeah,
be like, this is good, this is good, this is good, and I
yeah,
keep it,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
keep it.
yeah.
So the rest I'm just gonna be like, yeah, some future song.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's just some future songs. But yeah, otherwise, I also agree with you. There's a couple to pull out of the project, and but yeah, also has a bit of like the replay value is not too high,
yeah,
but it's good.
it's good.
But otherwise, out of 10, how much do we rate it? I'm gonna go first, and then you come in after.
Yeah, go first.
I'm gonna say because we're gonna be doing a lot of album reviews, and this is a mixtape. But I'm sold. I'm gonna go for a 4.5 for this one. A 4.5 to a light five.
5.
You're gonna go for a five.
Nothing higher than 5.
Nothing higher than five.
Yeah, but 5, even 4.5, because it's not a highlight feature anything.
Yeah, and also I think also why I go to a 4.5 is because throughout the year with this is not his first drop.
Yeah,
This is his third drop.
yeah.
So to even think about it, maybe did we need this? I don't
Didn't
know.
need this.
We didn't need this.
Yeah,
Basically, we're going for a 4.5 to a light 5. A 4.5 to a light 5.
yeah, definitely.
Right?
Same.
That's the overall review on Future. Tell us what you think. Otherwise, there's other reviews that are coming up. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the subscribe, hit the like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
What's
love
the
you.
next one? So yeah.
Yeah, we love you.